Fumbo, the director and the founder of Alliance for Admissions, Great River University, and Dominion Business Network. I'm also a co-founder of Dominion Savings and Credit Union, and also Caster Stylish or Caster App. Uh, Thank you so much, Dr. Amonga. We really appreciate for this initiative and for the great work that you have started. It's, it feels good when you see the people that are able to appreciate the information and the knowledge that you have imparted in them. Today, I've just been given this opportunity just to narrate on some few things on the what is going on the planet Earth. I want us to realize that if there is a generation which is possible for people, for one to be rich, it is this generation, because in this generation there are a lot of opportunities, and in this generation we can be able to get whatever that we need. So it is very much important to understand, as the Bible says in as the Bible says, the children of Issachar understood the time and they knew what they ought to do. That's in Chronicles. So it is very much important to understand the time that you are in, and to know what you are supposed to do. So I'm saying that this generation, it's a critical generation whereby it is very easy for you to make it in life. This is the generation that many generations looked forward. It is a generation whereby now the world has come into your hand. It's called the global uh, village. So you are able to travel everywhere and anywhere in the world. You can travel physically, and also you can travel through the phone, and you are able to do business anywhere. So this is a good generation that we want to hope that this is a generation that we are going to have a lot of millionaires and a lot of billionaires. The other thing is that in this generation there is of things that are going to change, and most of the challenges that we have had in the past years, I think they are being lessened day by day. So I want to talk about the some few things, as I've said, and the first one that I want to talk about is the four pillars of economy. Four pillars of economy. So I want us to know that if you want to make it, if you want uh, to be a great person, or to thrive economically for any country, there must be these pillars that has to be worked on: education, finance, agriculture, and healthy. So these are the pillars that creates someone to make it in life. So if you want to become one of the people that are going to be looked up to, you must be the person that have mastered and that have understood the secrets and the tricks about these four pillars. Now, development rises on these four pillars. I know some of you may say there are minings and there is other resources that we can talk about. But I want us to understand that these are the major resources that we need to inculcate and we need to know if we are to make it in our lives. So, number one, education is a very important thing. If you one can be given education, then we know and we are sure that development is about to come. And also, that is the only way you can be able to make it in life. Now, many people look at education as formal education. When we talk about education, we are not talking about grade 1 to grade 12 only, or this other tertiary education. We are talking about the passion, desiring to know, desiring to understand. It may be formal or informal, but every kind of education is able to add your life to prosperity. So, in this project, which is led by Dr. Mwonga, there is a pillar of education. So, join the trainings that will be taking place so that you may be able to be elite, you may be able to understand the economical matters, and also to become literate in most of the things. The other thing, which is the backbone of economy, and if you want to make it, it is agriculture. Agriculture is also a pillar. You know, in Nizan and in Africa, we have got the open, we have got vast land, and although we have had a challenge of drought, but we still have water under the ground. So it's very much important to look at this and be able to work on it. So find the ways and the opportunities that lie before you in agriculture, and the opportunities that we are going to be sharing together on how best we can be able to expand and enlarge our territories in the agricultural sector. The other thing, it is financing. So when we talk about financing, we are talking about the banking system. This time, I think we all understand what is called village banks and other things. So these are the initiatives that are done locally, and which helps us to be able to manage our own finances. I'll give example. If let's say we are 100 in this group, so each one of us is able to pay maybe 200 kwacha, which is in bank charges. So now when we multiply 200 times 100 people, then it means that we are giving the banks about 20,000. Now, if we can be able to work it as a village bank or as a savings and credit union, instead of having 100 accounts, we just have one account, and from that account, that's where we have 100 accounts. So meaning that instead of us paying 20,000 kwacha, which is just going for to a bank, we can be able to reduce the cost from 20,000 to less than 500 kwacha, and we are able to save 19,500. And that 19,500 kwacha, we can be able to borrow and lend each other. Besides that, we are able to control our money. We are able to control the money. For example, if we say that each one of us should be able to contribute in this year, let's say 200 kwacha per month times 12, which comes to 2,400 kwacha. So now 2,400 kwacha times 100, then we are talking about 240,000 kwacha. So we can create the flow of money. We can create the what is uh, called the reserves, or we can be able to make have 240, which we can be able to lend and borrow each other. We can borrow within the group, and also we can be able to lend to other people. And if we say that the 10% interest per month, so after 12 months we are talking about 120%, which means that if we are able to invest about 240,000 kwacha, then we can be able to make about more than 240,000 kwacha profit. We have reserved for the 2 months for other charges. So we are talking about after 1 year, we are able to make about 400 to have 480,000 kwacha. That money now can be shared as shares. So that is how the finance works. So that's why this generation, it is very easy to do things. The other thing and the last pillar in the economical growth is healthy. A health nation is a prosperous nation. A health person is a prosperous person. You can imagine you have all the riches that you need to have. Then you break down in health. The Bible says, "What profit a man if he gains the whole world yet he loses his soul?" So it is very much important that we promote healthy. And if there is something that we can be able to uh, make money, it's in healthy. So we need to promote healthy for us to be prosperous. Um, so those are the four pillars that I want us to know. Now, the importance and knowledge you need to or to know for you to succeed. So I want also to talk about two important knowledge that you need to have for you to succeed in business or in anything. Number one, you need to have what is called financial literacy. You need to understand how money works. You need to understand how to use the money. You have to understand the profit and the losses account. So you should have the wide understanding on finances, on how finances should be used, on how business has to be done. You know, one thing that I've seen, especially in the Zambian business, we just think of working. We don't think of how much we are going to make. So now, a good business person is a person who understands, when I put in this much, how much am I going to get out of it? And also is a person that understands how money should be used to make money. So that is financial literacy. So we must be the people that understand and that knows on how we can be able to use money. So if you want to succeed, understand the secrets about money, understand the financial literacy, understand how money works, understand simple things like money is currency. What does it mean? Currency, it means that it flows. It flows. So no matter how much you have, it will flow. Then you should also understand that money, we say mahaf. So when you say mahaf, means that it is never full. It is only half. So whatever money that you have, it is half of the money that you want. The other knowledge that is important for you to know if you are to succeed, it's a legal literacy. You have to understand how, because this world is governed by law. So you have to understand the laws, because you find yourself in situation whereby you need to defend yourself and you need how to apply the law, because in this world people use the law to fight you, even to bring you down. So you have to know, when you have the the understanding of law, you'll be able to avoid some of the challenges and some of the mistakes that you may make, which may cost you financial and may cost you much. So many people lose because of not understanding the legal way of doing things. For example, you get a plot, you buy a plot without understanding the legal way of doing things. You'll find that you'll be able to lose no matter how you gather wealthy. But if you don't understand the legality and on how you should be able to use you don't have legal literacy, you'll find that there'll be a lot of mistakes and you'll be able to lose what you have gathered. Lastly, I want us to understand the time. As I said in my introduction, the children of Issachar understood the time and they knew what they ought to do. So now we have to understand, in this generation, there are three things that are happening in this generation. Number one, we are living in what is called network generation, meaning that we in this generation, for you to succeed, you have to do what is called networking. Now, when we talk about networking, we are talking about networking like on social media, and also we are talking about physical networking, whereby you have to know who does what, and you have to know your partners, your business partners, and other things. So you cannot do business by yourself. I think we have to know in those days there were competitors, but in this generation there are no competitors. In this generation we have got complementers. For example, you are working on mobile money. So if you are Andy, you have got your friends also are working on mobile money. You know, you network. You have seen the way they do our mobile. They'll be able to say, "Do you have cash? Yeah, give me the cash." You see, that is, they are not looking at their friends as competitors. They are looking at them as complementers. So if you are selling tomato in this generation, you are not looking at the people that other people that are selling tomato as your competitors, but as your complementers. So that with the day you don't have tomato, you just go and get from there them and say, I want to maintain my customers, so let me sell your tomato on your behalf. And you are able to know even the challenges. You are able to share the ideas on how you can improve business. You are even able to determine the price. You are even able to say, okay, let's do tomato at 5 kwacha everyone. Why? Because you are networking. You are not looking at them as competitors. So in this generation, when we talk about networking, that is what we are talking about. Beside that, we are talking about social media, networking with other people. You are able to network with people from different places using what is called social media. Then we are also in a generation which is called AI generation. In the AI generation, you don't need to memorize every information. You don't need to have everything. You just have to ask the AI. The AI means artificial intelligence. So there are answers. In those days, we used to memorize even arithmetic, where you have to champion yourself that you are able to do multiplication, addition, and all that we just by head. But this time it's a waste of time for you to do that, because we have got gadgets that can give you answers within just a twinkling of an eye. So that is what is called AI, artificial intelligence. So you need to know that we don't need to push, we don't need to do things manually. So understand the easy way of doing things. The easy way of doing things. The the other thing that I want us to understand it is also we are living in what is called the app generation. Everything is turning from physical into an application. So every project or whatever, for example, training instead of having the university, the physical university, which can accommodate maybe 10,000 people and spend millions of kwacha or millions of dollars for you to construct that university, you are able to create a university or a university app like what we are working on. Then beside that, there is also instead of you having a shop like these things like a shop light, those things are coming to an end. You just have the app. We have got like the app which is Caster. In Caster, you are able to buy whatever you want on phone. You are able to shop, get into a shop, get whatever you want, and there will be somebody to deliver whatever you want. So that is the generation that we are working on by using the app. So we'll be able to share all this information, and I believe you'll be able to catch up with this world, and we know that there is something in you, and you can be able to work and become a great person. Thank you so much. This is Dr. Tulipo Mwenfumbo. I want to thank you, Dr. Monga, and also the admin for allowing me to share this little information. We'll be coming one more, but we have to know the one thing that let me emphasize on this. You have to know that cheap things doesn't pay or free things doesn't pay. So we must be people who are ready to invest for us to succeed. Nobody who has gotten free things who has ever succeeded. So if you want to succeed, those are the dangers and those are the challenges that we have why we are poor in Africa and also in particular Zambia, because we want free things. So let us work out never to accept free things, because when you spend something, when you spend, for example, knowledge, you'll be able to work that knowledge out. You'll be able to implement what you have learned. But if you get it free, you will throw it. Thank you so much, and God bless you.